Most clothed I've ever been in a video.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Now you'll notice I'm joined by YouTube star Mark Lewis. If you haven't checked out his channel, where the hell have you been? So check out in the comment section or the description below. We are at Odd Down Racing Track, just up the road from me, but Mark has very kindly driven all the way from Reading, isn't it?
Reading, yeah.
So,
miles and miles and miles.
Miles, absolute miles. So yeah, thanks very much for joining me. And we're just getting spat on by some rain, but hopefully it'll be okay. We are going to do some running around Odd Down Racetrack. Now, Mark has kind of got to a point where you feel like you've done enough with your running to get to a certain level, and now you're looking for some sort of like technical help.
I think I'm as good as I can be doing what I know myself.
Yeah.
I need help.
Yeah.
That's the summary.
And that's why we're here. So he uploaded a video a few days ago on running the speed that Kipchoge runs at, and got maybe a few comments about your technique. Was it?
I did actually.
A little bit.
Yeah. Most people said, "Mark, you're a god of running."
What a Greek god.
Yeah, but occasionally some people also said, "No, you're not. You're cumbersome and doing it wrong." And I thought, well, maybe they have a point.
Yeah.
Because I'm probably not as good as some people are saying I am.
And I think so. We're going to do a bit of running, then we're going to work through some tips, some drills, and then try and basically make you more efficient. So you're running faster for the same amount of effort, or hopefully less. And yeah, should be a good day.
Yeah. And you promised me that on Saturday I will go under 19 minutes at a parkrun.
Yeah.
Which is knocking about 10-15 seconds off my PB. So that,
easy.
I just want that recorded.
Yeah.
That's been guaranteed.
So that went well.
It went wet. It went very wet. Although I ran heroically in the rain.
Yeah.
Which I think is
I definitely got a bit of footage of that, so we can prove to people that you actually did do a bit of running.
I did run, and it felt quite fast as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my legs are very. I was complaining earlier that my legs
very tanned.
I was going to say very sore. They are very tanned. Actually, I should use this video to explain why I'm tanned.
I look so pale.
Yeah, you do actually. Yeah, we have two cameras going, and you look pale in both of them.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to change the white.
My wife has a fake tanner, which is a weird sentence in itself. And her fake tanner wanted to practice her new fake tanning for fitness photo shoots skills on someone for free. I didn't pay for this tan, so I said, "Yeah, you can fake tan me." So she did. So I have contoured abs and everything.
It's a good look.
They don't really exist. It's a good look now. Yeah. It was very dark. Yeah. In fact, my children saw it, and on behalf of woke people everywhere said,
"That's not allowed.
You can't go out like that, Dad.
Yeah.
Please." So I scrubbed all of it off. But
the woke police will come out.
Yeah, I almost got cancelled by my own children.
So we have changed our plans slightly due to the weather.
Yes.
So we were going to do a bit of a run, talk about some drills and some things to work on technique-wise, and then do another run and see the difference. But we're in the house now because the weather was, well, the sun's come out now again, but I can guarantee it was gonna come down again.
Yeah. All today has prompted us to do is to move abroad.
Yeah, exactly. We've both talked about living in Spain or Portugal, anywhere other than England, basically.
Somewhere where it doesn't rain.
Yeah, because it's storm something, whatever it is. Anyway, it's causing issues, so we've changed our plans slightly. What we're going to do is chat about certain things that Mark can take away from today, work on, and then he'll be able to implement that in the park run that he does on the weekend.
In 2 days' time.
Yeah.
I have 48 hours.
To run in sub 19 minutes.
Sub 19 minute. My current what is my current PB for a park run is 19:06 or 8.
Okay.
It's nearly. I mean, it's not far off.
Yeah.
So I don't need to knock a lot off.
I think we can get there.
Yeah. But that was at the limit. I didn't run 19:06.
Good weather conditions as well.
Weather conditions were perfect.
Okay.
And I didn't finish it thinking, oh, I had another 5 seconds in me. I had nothing in me.
Yeah.
I was,
okay.
Yeah, that was the limit.
Okay. We will see. We will see. I don't know the best way to say this, but basically you kind of sink down a little bit from the hips. Right. Almost like, have you seen Lionel Sanders run?
Yes.
Not as bad as that, I'm not going to, but similar, like almost like sinking at the hips, whereas if you can have your hips pulled forwards a little bit, have a little bit of a forward lean, so similar to, obviously, Kipchoge, very good, but if we relate it to like triathletes, you've got people like Alex Yee or Gustav Iden, they lean forward from the ankles rather than sink down at the hips and lean forward.
Okay.
So it's almost like having a straight line from your ankles instead of kind of having your legs go up and then at your hips and then you've got another degree there.
Okay.
So leaning forward, and that will kind of push you into the next stride and hopefully increase your stride rate as well.
I had read ages ago that you should almost, in fact,
not be falling, but almost pushing yourself
in a
into
way that the way that I was always taught to run kind of minimalist style was to stand and almost fall forward, and when you start to feel you're going to fall, run, and then try and stay in that position.
Yeah, absolutely.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was nonsense or that was...
Yeah. I guess like that you could kind of push it too far and then end up sort of like stumbling into the next.
You smash your face on the floor.
So you need to come back a little bit. Yeah.
Get up and do it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's one thing to focus on, and like I actually, to be honest, I do this as well, is be too stiff in the upper body, like I mentioned, and that means that you're just like, you're not as fluid, like we were mentioning earlier, the people who are really quick, they make it look effortless.
Yeah.
And so like just relaxing the upper body and letting the arms swing and having your arms a little bit higher up rather than down by your side, having them a little bit higher up, crossing over, so you've got that really nice rhythm. That's something to really
actually
focus
that's
on.
something that I've always been kind of
just like
because it felt quite kind of, this sounds ridiculous, it felt quite machine-like, in a good way, like I was like a running robot.
Yeah.
So that's not good to be that.
No, like you don't want to be rigid. You want to be relaxed. Have your shoulders down. If you have your shoulders up and tight, like you're just gonna tighten everything up. So like nice and relaxed, and you just want to. And your hands should come and pretty much be at the kind of center line of your body.
What I've tried to do, because I heard it mentioned, I heard somebody say about Kipchoge running. It was a commentator. Yeah. They said that when he's relaxed, it looks like his thumbs are sort of brushing. Across, and so in my head I do try and be a bit more, rather than this, a bit more sort of, this sounds like what I'm talking about, a bit more cyclical with my arms.
That's a good word. rather
than doing this.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that was right or not.
And if you look at someone like Alex Yee's such a good example, because he has his arms there and he's just like that the whole time, and it's so fluid and it just looks. It looks effortless. And that's,
so more relaxed.
Yeah.
Leaning forward from the hips.
Engaging the core. That will help kind of like straighten you out a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
And then focus on like engaging the glutes as well, and that will really help with the back end of the foot stroke, basically.
And do I focus on that foot coming? Because in the comments people were saying that my heel behind me wasn't coming up high enough.
Yeah.
I wasn't basically doing anything with it behind me other than thinking of recovering it to come forward.
Yeah.
Should I focus on kicking back more? How do you make that happen?
I think the other things are probably like more of a priority to focus on, and then once those are squared away, you can think about kind of engaging the glute and kicking back a little bit more. But the issue is, if it's a flexibility problem, like your hip flexors are tight, then if you're pushing it too much out the back, then you're going to compromise something else, and you're going to maybe your posture, because you're kicking out further, you're going to shrug down a little bit and tighten up. So actually the other things are probably a priority, and then once you feel comfortable with that, you can start thinking about pushing the foot a little bit further back out.
Right,
so
makes sense.
Probably not a priority right now.
Okay.
But that's another thing. So to go away with, you could a few things to work on. Just at the end of your easy runs, you could just do sort of 4 or 5 extended strides, just over maybe 40-50 meters, and you just go through the gears, and you just really think about, okay, good technique over this shorter distance, going through the gears and really working on that rhythm, relaxed, leaning forward, engaging the core, engaging the glutes. I know it's a lot to think about.
Whenever I do my 5K, I know you're not a 5K
Yeah.
expert in terms of your own kind of times,
Yeah.
but you're running 5K an awful lot faster than me. I always run my first kilometre significantly faster than my others.
Yes. Yeah.
Which I guess in technical terms would be a positive split.
Yes. Yeah.
Sounds like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I, for example, I will run a 3:40, 3:45 pace,
Okay.
and then the others are slower,
Yeah.
giving me an average 4-minute kilometre pace
Yeah.
for a 20-minute park run.
Yeah.
Should I try and go slower and have some held back, or should I take advantage of those extra 20 seconds that I gain on the first kilometre and keep running fast?
This is a difficult question to answer, because I think in the very nature of 5K is quite a difficult thing to pace, because it's short enough where you can be pretty much running really hard for the whole thing, but it's also long enough that if you run too hard early on, you are going to blow up.
Yeah.
So it's finding the perfect balance, and I would say if you're running 20 seconds quicker for the first kilometre, that definitely is too quick.
That is too quick.
So I would say, I mean, it's perfectly natural to run a positive split. Like I don't think I've ever ran a negative split for a 5K. Just at the very nature of it, you have to be running like pretty much on the limit the whole time.
Yeah.
But holding yourself back for that first K means that you're going to feel stronger at the end of the race.
I find that because I can run, I can't keep up with the guys.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say winning park run because it's not a race. Coming first in park,
Yeah.
I can't keep up with them. But for the first kilometre I can, so the temptation is to
so
run
easily done,
just behind them.
Yeah.
And then they go and I'm stuck.
Yeah.
So I should let them go.
Yeah.
Run a 3:50 for example.
Yeah. Forget about your ego.
Yeah.
It's so easily done because, and a lot of the time in these races, parkrun, not a race, but in other races as well, you have people that go like a bat out of hell for the first couple of K. But if you pace it correctly, the likelihood is you'll see them again down the road, and they've blown up, they've bonked, they've whatever you want to call it. And it's the best feeling is when you pace something correctly, and then you overtake the person that went out of the gates way too hard.
Yeah.
So it's actually having that self-confidence that, okay, I'm going to run a little bit slower on this first K, be a bit more controlled, knowing that later on in the race it's going to pay.
Wow.
I mean, I just love like park runs, like we were saying earlier, off camera, like, they're such a good idea, aren't they? The fact that
we were saying they should be government. They shouldn't be government because the government would somehow ruin them, destroy them in some way. But they should be funded in some way to
absolutely.
make everybody go. They are, whether you are running, as I have many times, doing them very very slowly and coming almost last. They are absolutely brilliant in and not just in terms of physical fitness,
it's like a community
mental
thing
health,
as well, isn't it?
community spirit. I mean, there absolutely people there pushing their kids in pushchairs, taking their dogs along. It's a Saturday morning. You're done by 10 o'clock in the morning. You got your whole day ahead of you still. Absolutely brilliant. I've said it before on other videos, and it kind of sounds a bit dramatic, but I almost credit parkrun with saving my life. Turning it around, no question. I was 23 stone when I started doing park runs at 35 years of age. I'm now 48. If I was still 23 stone, well, I wouldn't be here. You'd be like, what's this huge man?
What are we talking about running? What's going on?
We're talking about food. But I might well have had a heart attack by now. But I found parkrun, and that was the catalyst for everything that's followed. So people, and we're talking about 15-16 minute parkrun times. It sounds crazy. They sound crazy to me, those times. But I know that even my 20-minute parkrun to many people is bonkers fast. But I can remember when I was doing parkruns and finishing, couldn't get under 30 minutes and couldn't understand how people did get under 30 minutes. But then when I did, I couldn't understand how people got under 27 minutes until I did. And now, having run under... Well, here's a good example. When I first did my park run at 19 minutes 38, January 2020, I thought, having got under 20 minutes, that is my physical limit. I can never go. That will be my PB forever. And here we are talking about maybe getting under 19. At 48 years of age, do more park runs.
I'll send you a message Saturday morning. I'll remind you of everything. We're like,
Yeah.
I want to see a sub 19.
Yeah. Send it at send it at 8:55.
Yeah.
While I'm warming up.
Yeah.